Good evening, VPG! Monday night, match day number 22. God, they're long seasons. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What a fine way to start your week. Mine too as well, after having last week off. Yeah, it was just a little bit of time off. But we are back, and just in the nick of time, because the UK Championship is heating up. I meant to say the race for the championship is heating up in the UK Premier, of course. We've also got the semi-final of the UK Pro Series, and then it's back to, I'm going to say, the race for second place, because that, ladies and gentlemen, is done and dusted. I hate to break it to you. Al Wahara running away from that one. So we're going to be concentrating on the race for second place there. But the race for first place in the UK Premier, it starts with Exito versus Unity. Mercia are the league leaders, as you can see there. Exito hot on their tails, but that buffer of 2 games in hand, a 3-point lead. Is it going to be too much? There's still a lot of football to play. A lot of virtual football to play. 4 more match days. Lots more games. I'm going to sit here and do the maths because I can't. Plus my fat head's in the way as well. But a week's full of games left to play, so make sure you tune in. We'll be following that one closely. Tuesday and Thursday, 2 games from the UK Premier, both of those 2 days. But it starts with Exito taking on Unity, who, we'll talk about it more as and when, once we've done the rounds. There are a couple players in there who are on the leading goal scorers charts for Exito this season, put it that way. That's your game number 1. Game number 2 is the semi-final. Mercia, league leaders, as we just said, taking on underdogs Noventra, but they love the underdog tale, as do we, as do you guys at home. I think it's going to be one of those where everyone other than Mercia and their fans are cheering on Noventra tonight. The UK Championship side taking on the league leaders in the Prem. That's your game number 2, circa 8:30. Game number 3, and the reason why I'm in a little bit of a mood tonight, is Zenturians versus Bashiktas. Yeah, is what it is. You know how I feel when I don't get the team sheets. And the main event of the evening, one I will hype up, is Famalicao taking on Neom. That is 5th place, plays 6th place in that race for second place, because Al Waha, save for a complete and utter meltdown, capitulation, they've done it, haven't they? Realistically, they've done it. But that race for second could not be hotter. So do you know what? I might just chop off that top now. Just chop off that top. But yeah, a lot of world-class teams around there looking for second place there. Right then, there are your 4 games. This could easily be the main event, because there's a lot to talk about here. There is a lot to decipher. It's a good watch. It's a good watch. It makes for a very interesting reading. Samu in net tonight for Unity. Unity are in 7th place, and to be fair, they have no right being down there. But they could have a lot of say of where this league title ends up. Tonight, former Exito players Devo on the wing. Of course, Dancing Dog, aka Connolly, went to Black Sheep, has now gone to Unity, scored against Exito last time they played Black Sheep. Is he going to do the same again tonight? You would not get good odds on it. He is a goal-scoring machine. Exito, Dizzy, as per usual. Brett Sheeran drops into centre-back alongside Viner, of course. Westy keeps his place in CDM. Tommy, who was playing up front tonight, has dropped down to centre midfield alongside Chris. Lewis, FIFA, and Smudger up front. The old guard are back and just in the nick of time as well. Right. Big shout out to Baliance as well, who's been absolutely crushing it. Welcome in, Olive. Welcome in. Right. Both of these sides are ready to go, as are we as well. We've been away from this for like a week now. That's far too long. I don't like that. Welcome in chat as well. Viner, Tiki, Louis FIFA, who's literally playing in the game, as is Viner, to be fair. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right then, off we go. It is 7th place Unity in the, what looks like the Dortmund kit, but it's not. Back post is Bluefin, the gaffer. KC completes the clearance. Yeah, Unity are in that yellow and black, and it is Exito in the traditional purple. The old Harchester United kit. Baliance 2-1. That's not a bad shout, to be fair. Baliance has been banging form. He is their highest rated player. 13 goals, 22 assists this season. Playing up front tonight. Usually a centre midfielder. Lewis FIFA, welcome back to the Exito fold. Welcome back to the stream. You know the drill. Jack 7 as well in that midfield. For Unity, a world-class centre midfielder. Here is Connolly against his old team once again. Not the first time he's done it. Might not be the last either. Who knows? Who knows where that man's going to end up? Baliance, chance to slide it through on that right-hand side. Does win it back, though. Connolly shifts it through Breadshear. You can't miss him. Big ginger afro. Clears into touch. Goalless. Opening 10 minutes. Frantic. Opening 10 minutes. Just as we like it. Just as we would probably expect. We're at the business end of the season now, boys and girls. These long old seasons in VPG. Fatigue setting in, grumpiness setting in, not just from me either. Players switching teams, trying to pick up silverware. I mean, Exito, 3 points off the top. Mercia, top of the league, do have 2 games in hand. All that Exito can keep doing now is just keep winning their games, keep putting pressure. Still a lot of football to be played this week. Keep that pressure on Mercia. It's a tough old league. The VPG UK Premier. Banana skins everywhere. I mean, the fact that Unity are 7th just shows you how deep this league goes. Jack over the top. Can't get it through to his striker. They do recycle it in the midfield. Lewis FIFA dropping back very, very, very deep. Usually one playing off of the shoulder. Wolf on that far side. Back in the fold as well. Breadshear dropping back to centre-back. He's had an ever-present season this season, which I'm not sure if you'll mind me saying. I don't usually associate with that man, but he's stuck in there. I mean, he's been dropping further and further back as the season goes on. He might be in goal next week. Lewis FIFA gets the shot off. Samu makes the save. Picks up the spoils afterwards. Good chasing in. I'm not sure who that is. Is that Smudger? Yeah, Smudger up top tonight. Alongside Lewis FIFA. Those two in elite. Used to banging goals left, right and centre. We're talking 100 goals between them. Good to see those two up front again together tonight. Tommy just about holds on to the ball. Good composure from that man. Gives it to leading goal scorer now. Or joint leading goal scorer, Sam. Sam and Chris C, both on 16 for the season. Good win back from Westy. He's been a good acquisition for this Exito side. KC wins it back for Unity. Here is Connolly, the ex-Exito man. Gives it to his new strike partner, Baliance. On the turn. Jack looking for striker's feet. Good interception. And down the line it goes. Smudger holding off. Some very, very close attention, forced to come back. He is our cameraman tonight as well as the gaffer for Exito, doing it all. He is also there now, officially, their leading performer. Leading by example, of course. Slides it in behind to leading goal scorer. Spacey does well to intercept, cuts it across. Samu is there and holds on to it. Much safer hands than last time from Samu. We know this man is a world-class goalkeeper. Good stop. Smudger into Tommy, growing into this game. Gives it to Trickish Wolf on the far side. He's hit the crossbar. Bounces down. Sam keeps it alive. But Murtos is there to win it back for Unity. Hanging on in there are Unity right now. Exito just shifting gears. Westy and Tommy really pulling the strings in there. Smudger squares up his man, but Jack 7 gets back. But again, that press from Exito. Usually they're relying on players like Connolly and co. to do that press, to set off that press for them. No longer here, but you can see they're continuing. It's in the DNA of Exito, clearly. been good value this 38 minutes, but no goals just yet. Although Exito certainly look to be doing something about it, and bang on cue, they definitely do something about it in the form of Mr. Goal Machine himself, Luis FIFA, of course. One-touch finish, but that ball in from Sam on that right-hand side. Right through the corridor of uncertainty. Very, very difficult to defend against. And it is first blood, Exito 1-0, although Connolly squares it. Inside it goes, Westy there again. Picking up the scraps. KC keeps it alive. Unity look a bit more lively since going a goal down. Smudger on the turn. Good work from him, considering he looks very small on the pitch as well. Good strength from him. Far to Devo, who's hardly had a kick over on that far side. KC looking for left midfielder. Can't keep it in, and referee says that'll do. Exito, good value for the lead. Good value for the lead. We're knocking on the door right up until they scored. Sam, quality ball in, as we're used to seeing. We were just talking about his goal-scoring exploits. Turns provider, and of course, it's Luis FIFA there to put it away. And when you lose players like Connolly, who have got the goal output, 21 goals this season for that man, bringing in Luis FIFA, it's a masterstroke from Smudger. That goal, the difference so far. Unity, I mean, since conceding, looked like they took that personally. Looked like they want to get back into the game, and you wouldn't bet against them at this stage. A very good side, a very good 11. Definitely hotting up nicely for this second half. Right then, off we go then. Watty, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you very much. Olive as well. I didn't see, but I will see next time I go in there. In fact, I did see actually, because I put you as member of the day on one of the videos, so keep a lookout for that. Right then, a tiny bit of housekeeping for the second half for those of you joining us. It is Unity in the faux Dortmund kit, the yellow and the black, if you're no good at kits. And it is second place in the league, Exito, in the faux Harchester United kit, the all purple. Valiant's ghosting in behind, gets into the box, squares it across, and there is Mr. Inevitable himself. It is Dancing Dog, aka Connolly, scoring against his former team for the second time this season, and for the second different team. It is immediately 1 apiece. Pinned back, Unity drawing level very, very quickly in the second half. Welcome in, Chazza. Good time to join us as well. We said this game was heating up. A very, very good first half. Back sticks it is. Keeps it alive. Drops to Sam's feet. Cash Cup sees Sammy is there. Dispossessed. Oh, what a save that is. Samu has no right to save that. Absolutely. Sam, that should be number 17 for the season. He did absolutely nothing wrong. How he saved that, I'll have no idea. Ball comes in though. Viner heads it down. Brett Sheeran of all people restores the lead for Exito. The man with the ginger afro from 6 yards. Fox in the box. Restores the lead for second place Exito, and second half banger coming up. Unity, look, Unity in 7th place. Are they going to go and win the league? Absolutely not. Are they going to have a massive say in who wins the league? Yes, they are. I guess they've got nothing to play for in that sense, which makes them arguably more dangerous. Exito are finding that out now, but they are fighting fire with fire here. They look good and good value for the lead as well, but Unity made some world-class signings, got some world-class players anyway, and always dangerous on the attack. More than happy to play Party Pooper, especially on stream as well, and especially with a couple of ex-Exito players. It's heating up nicely. 30 virtual minutes left. We want this one to go the distance, really, don't we? Here is James for Unity. Travella in, and Viner clears. Jack 7 keeps it alive. Valiant's 20 yards out. Westy there again. good contender for low-key man of the match, to be fair. Tommy. I mean, to be fair, if he dug that out there, that would have been ridiculous. So talk about that Samu save as well. I mean, he made a world-class save, and then immediately Exito went and scored. Such is the life of a goalkeeper. Such is the life of Dizzy in the opposite net. Equally important. Save from point-blank range and held it as well. Hardly. And I think that might be the first time we've mentioned his name. He has moved up into the top 3 performers in this Exito title challenging season. Don't forget they are in the Esports Premier as well, as are Unity. Jack 7 across to James. Connolly looks to slide it through. KC picks up. Excellent ball over the top. Gets to strike away. Viner with the block. Into touch it goes. 20 minutes remaining. Unity knocking on the door. So far, Exito standing strong. Worth mentioning as well, both of the last 2 times these guys played ended 3-2. One apiece in 3-2s, by the way, in case you're wondering. The most recent one was an Exito 3-2 win. James forced to go back to his gaffer, Bluefin. Again, this press from Exito, very impressive. They do manage to go round that far side. Baliance, their leading performer this season, their leading goal scorer, their leading assister. Surely, if Unity get back into this game, he's going to have something to do with it. Surely. Here he is taking a throw. Connolly, cushion headed to himself. Someone goes down on the edge of the box. Nothing given. Referee not interested at all. Exito chance to counter with one of the goal scorers. Both scorers have an afro. There's a stat for you. Connolly turns. Players ahead. Forced to go inside. See Sammy join the attack. Jack 7 on the overlap. Looks to cut it back. Tommy there. Mr. Reliable. Holds that ball up. Goes over the top. Looking for the run of Luis FIFA. Takes it under his spell. Squares up his man. Do you know what? At some stage it looked like he had gone past him. But Bluefin, the experience there, manages to get back at him. And speaking of experience, what a save that is! Fantastic save from the feet of Dizzy. Cash Cup C, Sammy with the slide rule through ball to Connolly. The thorn in the side of Exito, the ex-Exito man. Westy can't clear. Ince has the shot. Ince finds the back of the net. A crowded penalty area. Somehow it finds its way through. And Unity, for the second time in this game, draw level. And it is, of course, the second Mr. Inevitable. It is Bailey Ince who finds the back of the net. You could say it was coming. Trickish Wolf gets the shot off. And to be honest, I was just watching the game there, boys and girls. Literally just watching Exito. Good hold from Samu. 3 minutes for someone to be a hero. Either side would feel heroic right now. Westy into Tommy. Smudger, the gaffer, looking for Luis FIFA. Still might find him. Unity Bluefin sweeps up nicely. Looking to go over the top. Left a little bit on him, which slightly frustrating for Exito. Simply because it looked like they were going to mop that up with ease. And other than the goals, of course, because goals change games, there's been a couple of massive turning points. I think the save from Samu from Sam, his namesake. I tell you what, Smudger's in the box here. Gets the shot off. Chris squares it across. It's blocked. It's going to be a corner. And it's going to be literally the last action of the game here. Can Exito do the unthinkable? Surely they've just got to fill the box. Surely. They are deep in discussion, surely. Edges. Brett Shearer with the knockdown. Oh, it's a save from Samu off of Luis FIFA. It is going to be the final action of the game. And a Desmond to kick things off. 2-2. What a game. We knew it would be. That's why we chose it. That's why we chose it, boys and girls. Sometimes it's like we know what we're doing. I mean, I'm not even sure what to say. Congratulations or commiserations. I think Exito don't want to draw because they just need wins. But, I mean, they were ahead twice as well. Maybe. Unity, we said at the beginning of this stream, they're happy just to be party poopers. I think they've pooped the party. I feel like they think they could have done more as well with the amount of good possession they had in that second half. But I think a draw there is probably fair. And from a strictly neutral point of view, which is obviously what we are, it was an absolute banger. And yeah, I'm glad we chose that one, boys and girls, put it that way. Right then, it is time for a semi-final. Noventra. The fairy tale continues for Noventra. Dispatched SBBS in the quarterfinals. Dispatched Optimal in the round of 16 on stream as well. Now they've got current league leaders of the UK Premier. Yeah. It's a difficult draw, but then you look in the other side, they've got Velocity, who made it to Champions League semi-final, and Class as well, who, again, are both a VPG Esports Premier side and towards the top of the UK Premier. Where are they in UK Premier? Third. Always the bridesmaids. Might still be in with a shout as well. Be very interesting to see how Mercia got on in that 8 o'clock game. Any Mercia, boys and girls, let me know how you got on. Right then, let's go and find a good stream for you. Inches is usually our go-to. Right, let's talk about the teams then. Starting with Noventra, 6th in the UK Championship. Might very well see them in the VPG UK Premier next season. Looking to get some silverware under their belt. And they are 2 stops away from lifting that UK Pro Series trophy. They'll be reliant on those 2 strikers. Diego Corlan, aka Corey. We know all about this man. Scored the winner on stream in the round of 16 with an absolute banger. He'll be dreaming last night wearing his Noventra pajamas. He'll be dreaming of that again. Replaying that over in his mind. And potentially doing it against Mercia tonight. He's partnered up front alongside Chaps. 20 goals this season for that man. He is the top goal scorer in the UK Pro Series. So if you didn't know that, Noventra boys, probably don't tell him. His head will get big. Yeah, he's the leading goal scorer. I think it's 6 or 7 he's got. Maybe 7. I wrote down top goal scorer. I didn't write down how many goals he'd scored in this competition. That is Pro Close Weekly in a nutshell, boys and girls. Look out for Tommy MT, one of my favourite players outside of the UK Prem. And Inches, not just because he is our cameraman, of course, but he's also very good in that holding midfield alongside Boneshaw. And if you, after this game, of course, after this stream, of course, if you go back and watch that optimal game in the round of 16, you'll see how well this Noventra side can defend. Only 1 loss in 14 in UK games. They're banging form, to be fair to them. They're not here by mistake, put it that way. Let me just double check to make sure I'm not missing anything. No, I'm not. And then on the other side, league leaders. League leaders. It is Mercia with Envezi up front. One of our favourite players of all time. Only started playing clubs a couple of years ago. 48 goals this season. Let that sink in. 67 games played. Who else have we got? We've got Quavine up front alongside him. That's a dangerous strike partnership, isn't it? He is their leading... Well, he's their gaffer as well, which really helps. He is their leading performer this season. He's got 37 assists. So, between them, they do quite well. Look out for Sokra, Kyoka. What a signing that is, by the way. And Miller. Oh, Noventra. That midfield 3 is ridiculous, by the way. That's a VPG Esports Premier midfield 3. Right, that does change my thinking. Bonesaw, Inches, Tony. I mean, you'll have your work cut out there. JS, Alpy Boy, very, very good centre halves, as is Calix as well. I mean, to be fair, Calix is in there. He's number 3 in their top rated players. JS is number 2, to be fair. But we do love Alpy Boy, and Liam, very, very good goalkeeper. Right. We're ready, by the way, Noventra. I know you guys are in the chat, but we'll put it in that chat as well. Yeah, we're ready to go. So whenever you boys are ready, there is behind the scenes for the underdogs. I mean, I don't think they'll mind me saying that. 6th in the UK champ plays 1st in the VPG UK Premier, of course, of course. No losses in 8 for Mercia. 7 wins, 6 clean sheets. Oh, they're in good form. They beat Yazoo, actually, in the quarterfinals, which is a... If we were streaming last week, I think we would have gone to that one because they are 1st in Elite A and Mercia are 2nd in Elite A. So a bit of a grudge match there. And like I said, Invezi, 48 goals. I mean, Corey as well, 39 goals this season. He's the 2nd highest rated, the 2nd highest scorer in the cup. Not in the top 3, top rated for Noventra though, Corey. What's going on? What is going on? Harper, Inches, our cameraman, and Welsh are the top 3 performers for Noventra. Statistically speaking, of course. I mean, Corey, if you pop up with the important goals, surely that's all that matters, right? That's all they need you for. That's all they need you for. What he would give for an important goal here. It is the UK Pro Series semi-final. League leaders Mercia in the blue and white. From right to left, taking on UK champ side Noventra, who have some early goalkeeping to do. And the big show. I think he's going to need a big showing if Noventra are going to get anything out of this game tonight. Right. Horrific puns aside, let's do this. Noventra from left to right. They've got a giant task ahead of them, and they know that. And they know that. They're grounded enough to know that. That midfield 3 of Mercia, I know I mentioned it earlier on, but if you're a centre midfielder or a CDM or a cam, you just watch those 3. The 3 of them can play in any 3 of those positions. Early charge from the league leaders, Mercia. Thomas has the shot blocked. Another player who loves an important goal as well. When you get players like that in semi-finals, I mean, to be fair, I'd put Corey in there as well. We've seen him score important goals on stream this season, last season, season before. Here he is dispossessed. Alpi into Kyoka Faz. Sokra. Miller into 48 goals in Vezi. Harper clears. Miller tidies up, gives it to Sokra. 2nd highest rated player in this cup is Sokra. Into touch it goes. Happy to let it run is Thomas. 10 minutes in. I don't think Noventra have been out of their own half just yet. Kyoka Faz, the ex-class man, gives it to Thomas. Into the box. Outside is Sokra. Miller wins it back. The ex-Unity man, Bonesaw. Good ball out. Bit of space for Kai. Lots of green to run into, and he is taking them up on that offer. Tony MT edges to Inches. It's going to fall to Corey. Oh, it just needed to sit. It didn't in his defense. Not that he needs defending, of course. Here's Quavine firing off of Invezi, but because he's in such good form, drops to the feet of Sokra. Miller sends a man for a Twix. Keeps possession, but Bonesaw is in there. Good play from him. Chaps gives it to his strike partner, Corey. Noventra happy just to keep the ball for a quick minute. Bonesaw, good work from him. Tony into Chaps. James is there. Gives it to Sokra on the turn. Goes long. First direct pass we've seen from them. They can mix up their arsenal, but they're much better when they play it through these 3. Here's Kyoka. Bearing down on goal. Invezi just cut back inside when it probably didn't need it. Chaps picks up the loose ball here. Bit of space to turn and exchanges passes with Tony. Definitely a foul. Doesn't get anything for it, but I mean, this is what they're going to be playing against. They are the league leaders. It's like playing Arsenal at the moment. You're not going to get anything from them. Halfway line, throw in it will be. Mercia on top so far, but nothing to show for it, and that will... That sounds nice to Noventra. I don't think they really care about performance tonight. They just need a win. Confirmation if it does go level in 90 minutes, which Jake might make sure it does with that interception. Great work from him. If it does go to 90 minutes and the teams are level, we will be doing extra time and maybe penalties. Ball over the top. Dino on that far side. Cut out by Bonesaw. We said he would be busy. Certainly has been so far. So far, so good for Noventra. They're giving Mercia something to think about going forward. What a tackle that is, by the way. Excellent tackle. Sokra. Big switch to James. Kyoka. Quavine into Invezi. Gets it back over the top first time. Jake fires that. But it just keeps coming back at them. I think they probably would have expected that. But maybe not so frequently. Kyoka goes over the top. Harper clears. Tony flicks it on. The ball on the outside was on. Still on. Not picked out either side. And I think if Noventra want to get anything out of this game, they really, really need to make those half chances count. Because Mercia is a case of when, not if. Axe at the back post there. Quavine, the gaffer, goes from range over the bar. I think if you'd said to Noventra 0-0 after 36 minutes, they're taking it. 0-0 after 89 minutes, they're taking it. All they need is a goal. And they defended so well in that round of 16 game. We know they can batten down the hatches, and we know this man can score. Miller. Good work from him. Thomas flicks it on to James. There is Kyoka. Quavine tries to go around the outside. Jake loses out to Kyoka. Plenty of blue shirts forward here. Thomas, one of them, but Bonesaw is there. Superb work. Really, really like how this Noventra side sets up, defends, and counters as well. They are a dangerous team to play. I don't think I would fancy playing against them. They're tricky like that. Like I said, 6th in the UK Championship. May very well see them a lot next season. But here is Quavine. Gives it to Invezi. Bonesaw, of course. There, clears into touch. And it will be a corner. Just. Ball comes in. Big Show punches. Not had too much to do, considering he had called into action in the first couple of minutes. He's let his defense and, of course, Bonesaw and Inchairs mop up for him. And to be fair, so far, so good for Noventra. They're exactly where they want Mercia to be right now. And it's not desperation time, of course, but I think Mercia will have thought that first half was going to be a little bit different. When they saw that draw, I think they would have thought they'd got the best draw out of the 4 they possibly could. And again, like I said, I cannot stress enough, when you play these types of games and you are the underdog, we see it so often, which is why we love the cut. The team who are underdogs tend to just play with no fear, tend to just play with no pressure, and it's often the sides who a lot is expected of often come up slightly short. I'm not saying Mercia have come up short whatsoever, but like I said, Noventra, half-time, 0-0, still in it, looking dangerous on the counter-attack. They've not asked anything of Liam G in that Mercia goal so far, but the longer this goes on at 0-0, the more it suits Noventra. And they've got players who can unlock defenses, Tony and Corey being those two, of course. And finally, Liam G is called upon. And we know Corey likes to have a pop. And he's proved it there. Making sure Liam G is on his toes, of course. Absolutely pinged out to Invezi. Went like a laser to his feet. Sokra over the top. Welshie back there for The championship side finds the gaffer. Corey, bit of green to run into as well. Attacking it nicely. Back sticks. James heads into Chaps onto the left foot. What a save from Liam G. Near post. Strong wrist. Turns it behind for a corner. But Noventra, something Corey, the gaffer, said at half time has sparked these boys into life. What a ball that is. There it is. It's the opener. It's Harper at the near post. A bullet header. And Noventra. Good. I mean, it's a game of fine margins. They've defended superbly. Looked really good on the counter-attack. But truth be told, better team in this second half. Knocking. And to be fair, they've probably made better chances than the league leaders of the UK Prem. They are a goal down to championship side Noventra, who have 1 foot in the final. Class and velocity in that second semi-final await the winners. However, Mercia, and you don't need a genius to tell you that they're probably not just going to sit there and let that happen. Noventra have been very good defensively this game and the round of 16 game that we saw them on stream. They know they are 30 virtual minutes away. And it is the underdogs who are not playing like the underdogs whatsoever. We said at half-time, when you come out here and you play with no fear, nothing's expected of you. A very, very good side are Noventra. Kyoka into Invezi, gives it to Thomas. Excellent tackle from the goal scorer. Kyoka wins it high up though. Turns in the box, gives it to Dino. Welshie there this time, defending like true champions. Of course, Invezi gets the shot off. Big Show, foot save. Great work from that man. Near post, the number 88. Ball comes in. Big Show, he did enough. He did enough. His presence was enough, Big Show. 1-0 to Velocity in that second semi-final. Thanks, Chazza. A Velocity Noventra final. You would have got good odds on that, I tell you. That early shot, Big Show. He adjusted his feet so well. And I'm sure EA did not help him a bit. This game heating up. This is cup football, ladies and gentlemen. Invezi, 2 lots of roulettes. Time to take it down. Welshie throws his head in there. And now it is attack versus defense. Surely this is how the rest of this game is going to look. Noventra do not mind that whatsoever. Do not mind that at all. And like I said, boys and girls, if this does finish as a draw, it's extra time and penalties. But so far, a clean sheet here will see Noventra through. Harper into Inch's feet. I don't think he wanted it, but he did so well with it. Kai, read by Miller, wins it back for the boys in blue. Off they go. On the attack, on the overlap is Dino. Harper there once again. Kai loses out. Invezi looking for goal. Big Show somehow turns it behind. It could have been horrific. Another early corner and another clearance. This time Harper. Big Show is just he's making saves. It doesn't matter how he saves them. He's just making saves. And his team, his gaffer will just say, it doesn't matter how you save him, just save him. And he's using every part of his body to do so at the moment. Through ball, Chap squares it early doors. Probably didn't need to. Noventra again, they're just slashing at things at the moment when they get in some really good positions. They just need that little bit of composure. Like this Mercia side as they compose themselves in the box. But, I mean, the back line and the Big Show, of course, very composed. And they're going to need to be. Does that look like someone's disconnected? Someone's dropped out. Looks like it might be Corvine. We'll have a little look. But 12 minutes with 10 men. That's so unfortunate. Semi-final as well, boys and girls. Thomas inside to Sokra. Reverse ball into Kyoka. Miller turns on it. Edges is Alpi Boy this time, the centre-back. Sokra holds it up nicely, looking to swing it in. Centre-back's joining now. They do swing it in. Big Show comes, punches. Bonesaw gets there. Welshie clears. I've only just picked up on it, have I? Brilliant. Brilliant. It's my attention to detail. Kyoka into Sokra. Miller swings it, and I don't think they were expecting him to go on the left peg there. Corey heads it down to Kai. Bonesaw with a through ball header. JS forced to run back towards his own goal. Corey holds it up nicely. Again, it's just a slight bit of composure is my only fault of Noventra. But even with those faults, they are 3 virtual minutes away from booking their place in the UK Pro Series Cup final, which will be next Monday. Dino into the box. Albi Boy heads down. Welshie is there. Completes the clearance. 2 white shirts up, 1 blue shirt, and of course it falls to the blue shirt, which means Mercia will recycle, and they've got one last roll of the dice. Kyoka into Miller, floats it in, dunked, heads it down. Dino back sticks. Harper with the clearance, the goal scorer. Miller keeps it alive. Sokra, bit of space in the box. Bonesaw is there, as he always is. And there it is, boys and girls. It is full time, and it is one for the books, one for the ages. Noventra book their place in the cup final, and a very, very well-deserved 1-0 win. 0-0 at half-time. It was all about what Noventra could do. Of course it was. Everything played perfectly. They played the perfect game, the perfect game plan. It's fantastic stuff. And look, what I love about this Noventra side is it's not just one player. It's not just the Corey show. It's not just the Chap show. Every single one of them digging in deep. Every single one of those players dropping an 8, 9, and a 10. Look, why not? Why not? Go on and lift that trophy, boys. Go on and do it. If you carry on playing like that, and like I said, if we can see those guys in the UK Prem next season, it will make for a better UK Prem. So good luck to those guys in the championship. But next Monday, against either Velocity or Class, we'll try and find out who that is. Chazza did say Velocity were winning 1-0. Next Monday, do join us, because that will be cup final time. Noventra, UK Championship Noventra will play either Class or Velocity, UK Premier sides, next Monday. UK Pro Series Cup final. Congratulations to them. Commiserations to Mercia. I mean, they were looking to do a League and Cup double. They can concentrate now solely on that league, and with Exito dropping points, I guess that's probably one nice thing for their night. I don't know. Right. Oh, I forgot about that. Zenturians versus Bashiktas. 17th plays 3rd. I mean, I might as well get the table up. Yeah, I can see there they had a lag out. Sorry, Mercia. I mean, yes, you probably mentioned that as well. Take nothing away from Noventra, but that lag out definitely would not have helped. Right then, let's go over to Creativo. He is in the lobby, ready to go. Let's see where Zenturians are. Not streaming. Zenturians, I can't lie, bro. Not in my good books. Not in my good books. Right. 3rd place in the league for Bashiktas. It's funny because they've got Misa ahead of them, and Misa they are the side that we say are the Monstars of the VPG, in that they were the first team to really cherry pick a team and put them all together. This season, Bashiktas, I mean, last season, Bashiktas did it to a certain extent. This season, they really went out and got some quality players, as you can see from the 10 they've given us. The likes of Romanino, Banas Johnny, Yasin, Creativo, Brookie, Tuanze, what a signing that is, and Chris Boras, the leading goalkeeper, not goal scorer, that would be a good one. The leading goalkeeper in the league. They've gone out and got some world-class players, and that is why they're 3rd in the league table. Unbeaten in 6 with 5 wins. Is Taziak missing? He might be the one who's missing tonight. I don't know. But Candea and Banas Johnny. Banas Johnny, when did I see some crazy stat? 16 assists in the league this season. Playing in centre midfield tonight alongside Yasin with Bricky in behind him. Danny Quintans is their top goal scorer from wide midfield, which I think tells you everything you need to know about this Bashiktas side. A bit like Noventra in that they do not have an out-and-out goal scorer, i.e. someone who's gone and got them, you know, 15, 20, 25 goals a season, like your Lucas, like your Warren SGs, etc., etc. Instead, they just share. They share the load. They really, truly do. And they are going into the game, which is great news. The likes of Quintans on 12, Romaninho on 10, Creativo on 9, Banas Johnny, I think, is on 6 or 7. They really do share the load. And I think that's what really makes this Bashiktas side stand out, because they are against the likes of MERCIER Esports, Fama, NBD. This Bashiktas side there's no egos in there, basically. And sometimes that's what you need. You do need the togetherness. Yes, you can go out and you can bring in some world-class players and you'll look amazing, and you can go in the league like a certain Al-Waha. Bashiktas got players missing. I mean, to be fair, the Bashiktas lineup there looked like the lineup they gave us, so hey-ho. But that togetherness. They are 4 points behind Misa, which is funny because obviously we call them the Monstars. 4 points behind with 2 games in hand, though. So, again, this is why we're doing the race for second place, because there are a lot of teams who have still got a lot of football to play as well. And again, let me move my fat head out of the way. It's a 50-game season, boys and girls. We've got to get through 11, 12, 9, 12 games this week. Next Monday is the last game. So there's a lot of football to be played in a very short space of time. It is the business end of the season. So stick around here. Mondays, Tuesday, and Thursday. And then the following Monday is your final. And also, again, our cup final in the UK Pro Series. Noventra taking on what we think is Velocity now. And again, Velocity. They've had 2-2. What are your... Do I have Class anywhere? Yeah, Class Doyle is streaming. While we wait for these guys. It's 2 apiece. Chaz, and not that I would ever call you a liar, of course. But... I mean, I need to keep an eye on what's going on with Creativo's stream as well. Keep me posted. Now I believe you. Now I believe you. I've lost Creativo, which is not great news, is it? I'll get him up on here. Yep, Chazza, you're a roving reporter. Let us know how they get on. I'm not sure what we're actually waiting on here. What time are we on? We're pretty much on schedule. Don't forget, up next is your main event of the evening. Famalicao taking on Neom. That is 5th place, 6th. Massive sides. But for now, Zenturians, 17th in the league. No wins in their last 4. They are hosting Bashiktas. Bashiktas will be hoping for 3 points here to chase down the Monstars. The Monstars 2 chasing down the Monstars 1. And then you've got a whole host behind them. MBD, Fama, Neom, Gala. Gala would like to believe that they are in with a chance. And of course, like I said, a lot of football to be played. So why the hell not? But for now, Bashiktas looking to get 3 points on the board. Set off their VPG Esports Premier Week in good fashion. They are in the Bashiktas kit, which is always lovely. Thank you very much. And of course, Zenturians in the Manchester United kit from left to right. They are hosting tonight. They are a Spanish side, so I do think they have a slight ping advantage there, I guess. But Bashiktas, I don't think they'll care, truth be told, because they are flying at the moment. And just looking at the names and the style of play as well. As Yasin gets it through to Creativo. Larium with the block will go behind for a corner. Early play, early signs. Looking good for Bashiktas. Early corner. Danny Quintan swings it in. Candias heads behind. Second highest rated player this season for Bashiktas in a star-studded lineup. Not bad at all for the centre half. Just misses putting his side ahead early doors. Here is Yasin, 30 yards from goal. Gives it to Romaninho. Into the box he goes. Onto the left peg. Falls to Stocks. Gives it to Quintans. Bullied out of it. Backs against the wall for Zenturians as of right now. Penned back in by an extremely strong Bashiktas side. Creativo throws it into space. Might keep it on. Does keep it on. Back to the initial thrower inner. Creativo. Here is Yasin. Dispossessed. Pastor, the top goal scorer for Zenturians. 16 goals this season in the VVG UK Premier. A great turn for that man up front. They'll be looking to get him on the ball as high up the pitch as possible, but truth be told, I don't think they've touched the ball in the Bashiktas final third, or defensive third, should I say. Stocks to Romaninho, but that's Johnny on the overlap, gives it back to Romaninho. Oh, it's fizzed across the face of goal. Do not ask me what the goalkeeper was doing there. Did not fill himself with glory, did Moreno, but Romaninho, you would put good money on him scoring there. A world-class talent. Once again, Bashiktas. Just, I mean, we know they're a good side, but the football they're playing so far, sensational stuff. They are, however, goalless, and look what happened to Mercia in the last game. They square it across to Anze with the block. Stabs it into the back post. Creativo back there doing defensive duties. A rub store, the gaffer. No idea why the goalkeeper's running out. I assume EA is taking over from Chrissy Boras there. Top rated goalkeeper in the VPG Esports Premier. That man. Definitely not a rush of blood to the head. Candeas to Banas Johnny. Stocks. Quintans. Candeas wins it, but a foul had already been committed. Rubstore, I assume in that midfield. I don't know, because Zenturians did not send their lineup. Not that I'm salty or bitter about that, of course. Pastor. Again, their top goal scorer playing very, very deep. Presumably playing up front tonight, but it certainly does not look. He is the skinhead in centre midfield right now. Danny Quintans shows his marker a clean set of heels. Top goal scorer this season, Danny Quintans. We saw him bag a hat-trick on stream earlier this season. He's also scored in a couple more games. 12 league goals for the season. Makes him top goal scorer for Bashiktas. Long ball. Candeas sweeps up nicely. Creativo into Stocks. Moving it quickly. The boys in white. Good turn from Banas Johnny. Parker in there though. Gives it to Dark. Inside. Good work from Zenturians on the overlap. Once again looking for the ball. Is Dark. Goes past his man. Cuts it back. Probably didn't need to do it. Although he did need to allow the rest of his side to catch him up because he turned on the burners there. 30 minutes in. Not too much to write home about. Headline probably, Bashiktas looked good. But you probably knew that already. Creativo beats one. Can't beat, I mean, look to beat the same man again. Good tackle from Adri to Anzi. Sweeps up nicely. Banas. Over the top it goes. Creativo tries to make something of it. Amas clears. Kush, either a new signing or someone who's come out of the woodwork. First time we might have seen him on stream, I believe. Corner for Bashiktas. 10 minutes to go in this first half. 0-0. Bashiktas, nothing less than a win, I think, at this stage of the season, given Zenturians down in 17th place. But if we know one thing about this VPG Esports Premier, there are no easy games. There are no guaranteed three-pointers. As Rubo gives it to Kelma, looking for the 1-2. Creativo, arguably done just as much defensive work as offensive work this game. Shows what a good wide man he is. Rubo wins it back. The gaffer for Zenturians. Candeas, he's been superb. Easily contender for man of the match this first half. A Romaninho turns, Robstore in. Cancelling each other out a little bit in this midfield. They need a... I think they either need to carry on what they're doing and be patient with it, which is what I think they're going to do, or they need some magic from this man, Benas Johnny. Benas Johnny, yeah. 16 assists this season. 16 league assists as well. Pastor over the top, definitely not playing centre forward. And I tell you what, Kelma's in behind here. Candeas. That's why we call it. He's definitely man of the match of this first half. Romaninho gets absolutely nailed down the halfway line. Stocks had a chance to slide one through instead. But Benas Johnny goes round that man, and Rubo is there, wins it off the strike, and will be forced to concede a corner. There is confirmation of Parla picking up the booking for that tackle on Romaninho. It's a nasty one. Candeas in. There we go, boys and girls. It is the perfect first half for that man. He was already man of the match, and he pops up and says, this is how you do it, boys. 1-0 to Bashiktas on the stroke of half-time. And I tell you what, it was just as Zenturians are really starting to get a foothold in this game. Such is competitive club, Zenturians. I do feel for them, but that's what you get for not doing your lineup. 1-0 to Bashiktas at halftime. I'm not salty. I'm not salty. Velocity win on pens. Wow. Velocity Noventra next Monday. Be there or be square. Right. Zenturians 0. Bashiktas 1. Candeas. It's the Candeas show at the moment. And rightly so as well. Bashiktas, for all of their good possession, for all of their good attacking play, needed the big centre half to break the deadlock. And now this game can go one of two ways, boys and girls. Bashiktas can either turn the pressure on and just keep turning the screws on Zenturians, or Zenturians can do what Unity did to Exito earlier on and say, we don't necessarily have all that much to play for, but we're more than happy to play party poopers. And for a neutral, I'm kind of hoping they do that. We saw shades of it. We saw glimpses of it. Let's just throw caution to the wind. Let's make this an absolute barnstormer. Hey, Zenturians. It's the least you could do for us. Right, then. It is Bashiktas 1, Zenturians 0. Zenturians will kick us off right to left. They are in the United kit, which is the red, in case you didn't know. Bashiktas in the white. Third place, Bashiktas. Only 3 points will do. Only 3 points will do. Zenturians, I mean, they need to take the handbrake off. They conceded on the stroke of half-time. That sucks. But 45 minutes to put things right. 45 minutes to get something out of this game. Otherwise, Bashiktas walk away with 3 points and they go about their business. They're on the business end of the season now. It is the last full week of the season. We've got tonight, Tuesday, Thursday, and then next Monday is your final night. Do not miss any of the action. This very truly is the race for second place in the VPG Esports Premier. Say 5 or 6 world-class sides really vying for second place. First place is done and dusted, boys and girls. Al Wahar have walked this league. And rightly so as well. They are not only a sensational side, but have looked brilliant, played brilliant, and also lifted the VPG Champions E-League trophy. Not a bad season, eh? Not a bad season. Candeas, man of the match, easily. Classy boy. Brookie into Benas Johnny. Switch is finally on. Here is Cushflow. Bit of space to pick his pass. This is why, for a neutral, we kind of want Zenturians to come out and play because Bashiktas are so good on the ball. Romanino squares it across. Fantastic save from Moreno. Excellent stop. Tips it behind at the cost of a corner. Mark that man in orange. He's already got one to his name tonight. I'm sure he'll be the target again. No, Moreno is the target. Good work from the Zenturians. Number 1. Here is Pastor. For some reason, he's not up front. That is now 100% confirmed. Zenturians left a lot of men forward. That's what I like. And they're asking a lot of the centre-back there. And I tell you what, he's done well. He's done well to get a free kick out of that. 30 minutes to go. Zenturians, if they can get a goal back here, put a cat amongst the pigeons. Tuanze clears. Quintans to Benascioni. He's so good, by the way. Can nutmeg a mermaid. Stocks on the turn. Gives it back to the architect. Lyron clears. Rubstore takes it under his spell. Is forcefully brought down. And it will be a second booking of the game. Romanino. 10 goals this season. Probably 10 bookings as well. Big switch. Good football from Zenturians. Into Dark. Kelmer. Bit of space as he goes past 2 or 3 there. Good turn of pace. Romanino, the striker for Bashiktas. Very, very deep. Candeas dug him out completely nuttily there. Stocks through to Creativo. A man free in the box. Creativo instead holds on to it. And again, they've got that luxury of a 1-goal lead and the absolute need for 3 points. They're not forcing it. However, is that a dangerous little game to play? Let's find out. Let's find out. Pastor into Rubo. Looking for the back 6. Header down is there. Dark shenanigans. I mean, he did get something on the end of it. It wasn't offside. There was a man in the way and it just hit off the man. Maybe because he was offside. I don't know. But he did get the shot off eventually. A good save from Chrissy Boras. But they live to fight another tail. And again, oh, Romanino with the roulette skins one. Forced to come back. Bashiktas are really, really not playing it not too safe here, which is unlike Bashiktas. But again, like I said, business end of the season, you'd sell your Neom for 3 points. Creativo beats his man, beats another, edges to Romanino. I tell you what, that would have been one of the assists of the season if they'd got it through. Good defensive work now. 3v3. This is why, Bashiktas, you need to be brave. Kelmer. Overlap. Adri. Good stop from Chrissy Boras. I mean, Bashiktas have Chrissy Boras in goal. Top-rated goalkeeper in the league. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why they're happy just to let Zenturians on the attack. But a few times it's opened up. Kush, that's great defending. Rubstore and Rube in that midfield for Zenturians have really turned on in this second half. Stocks takes it under his spell, beats one, holds off a second. On the overlap is Yasin. Not many white shirts forward just yet. Gets to the byline, waits for support. Backsticks is definitely on Danny Quintans, who loves a goal on stream. He just loves a goal in general this season. Unable to beat Moreno, who's had a good second half. Rubstore. Parla helps it down the line. Can't keep it in, though, on that far side. Quintans in no rush. It's been a strange second half, considering how good Bashiktas were in that first half. They've looked very good in this second half. It's just a very professional. That's a very good way of putting it. A very PC way of putting it. Putting the PC into PC dubs at the moment. Quintans goes round the outside. Stocks takes it under a spell. Somehow digs it out. There is the daylight that they so craved. And it is Creativo into double digits for the season. Goal number 10. Back post, he's been sensational this game as well. Defensively, offensively, he's probably deserved that. That is going to be game, set, and match, barring something special here. I'll tell you what, we might get it here. On the overlap is Ivan Pastor, but Chrissy Boras is in net. That's what he does best. Good save from him and held the ball as well. important stuff from him. Ball given away high up. Romaninho forced to come back. Then they don't need to force anything anymore. Kelmer swings it in. Tuanze just about deals with it. Slightly casually, but he won't mind as long as it goes into the stands, which it did. Adri. I mean, if Zenturians want something out of this game, it needs to be literally right now. And Kelmer's done fantastically. That's the difference, boys and girls. Cush flow at the back post. World-class clearance. Exactly the same as that Bashiktas second goal. And again, Cush flow there once more. Excellent work from him. White shirts pouring forward. That's probably going to be all she wrote for that. Zenturians never really got going in that first half. Threatened in the second half, but by that point, Bashiktas had done the damage. And then Creativo just puts a cherry on top. There we go, boys and girls. It is full time. 3 points for Bashiktas. They will take that every day of the week from now until the end of the season. If they can get that, outplayed their opposition for a good 60 minutes, they get the 3 points. They will not care about performance. But like I said, the performance was there for a good 60 minutes. 2-0 on the night. Bashiktas go marching on third place, chasing down second place. MERCIER Esports, the Monstars of the VPG, taking on Monstars 2. Bashiktas, well, are they going to be ahead of the Monstars come the end of the season? Find out. I mean, I guess for the rest of the week, I'm sure we'll see Bashiktas. I'm sure we'll see MERCIER because they are both in the running. We'll get the league table up as well. As you can see there, that brings them within 2 points. Save for what MERCIER did exactly at the same time. So probably best to check in tomorrow because we do not have a MERCIER Esports game. We have Famalicao versus Neom, which is your main event of the evening. And this is why. 5th plays 6th. And again, Fama always have games in hand. MBD got a lot of games in hand as well, to be fair. I mean, I've not written anyone off. I said anyone in our top 6, even with Gala. I think I might have been being nice. Slight bias there, Gala. Gala they're a brilliant side. They just did not have a very good start to the season. Sensational form, though, looking by that form chart. But it is 5th place 6th, Famalicao. Lots of games in hand. You know, I said a lot during the Bashiktas game. It's just a case of win your games. Win your games and you will be there or thereabouts come the end of the season. I know that's so simple and so straightforward to say. But it's so true. It's so true. All you can do, don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Don't worry about being on stream. Don't worry about availability, anything like that. Worry about yourselves and win those games in hand. Fama have been here, done that before. Like I said, they are often a side who have got games in hand. And I think that's how they like to play. I think that's how they like to go into that business end of the season. They like to be the ones in control of their own destiny. And they are currently winning 2-1 in their first game of the night in that VPG Esports Premier. 13 minutes to go, so I guess I can talk about the lineups while we wait for them to finish what they are doing. And two teams we could talk about literally for the rest of the night. Let's start with Fama. Guy Jesus is now gone, so Edu Martins is their number 1 officially. For as long as we've been a channel, it's always been Edu Martins and Guy Jesus to share in the spotlight. I never thought I'd see the day, but I think it's the best for all parties involved. Edu Martin will be donning the gloves from now on. Darmzo and Haji, 2 world-class signings from the UK sphere. And they are 1st and 3rd. Haji is 1st, Darmzo 3rd in the Famalicao standings in terms of highest ratings. The fact that you can come into a team like Fama in the Esports Premier and be the highest rated player is absolutely crazy. But that's Haji, ladies and gentlemen, playing alongside Nayshaw tonight. Nogueira behind in CDM. A new signing as well, or a newish signing. Angelo from For the Win. FTW, the other Portuguese side. There's a few Portuguese side, but another Portuguese side in the VPG Esports Premier. What a signing that is, alongside Gonzalo as well. Crimi and Alves lead the line. Again, it's the first season for Fama without Luca and R1. I mean, look, Luca and Al-Waha have marched on. All you can do really on a season like that, we've seen it a few times, you know, we've seen GMAS do it before, we've seen Fama do it before. When a team gets on a roll, all you can do is just play for second place. That's what the rest of these guys are doing, and I think Fama, given what's happened over at Al-Waha, I don't think a second place is too shameful. It is nothing to be sniffed at whatsoever. It's a great achievement for any team. And I think Fama, that's their goal at the moment. In their way is one of the best teams we've seen this season. No losses in 14 games for those guys. 11 wins in those 14. They're without their leading goal scorer tonight, through reasons unknown. No Jacko tonight. However, there is another Jacko. It's Lee Jacko, signing from Black Sheep. I'll need to find out what's happened at Black Sheep, because there's some really strange things going on. So I'll report on that tomorrow when I've had time to ask the question. But Jacko goes alongside Escrow, who for me, he's up there this season. Top 3 centre backs in the league, top 5 at an absolute push. He's been sensational. And when you're playing alongside Shisui Shiki, who again is one of the best in the business, to still stand out when playing alongside someone that good is great work from him. So what a backline that is. Newish goalkeeper, MXC. It'll be interesting to see what tune they get out of him tonight. Jailings and CDM, sensational player. His build is available on Pro Clubs Weekly YouTube. It is what it is. And the Beast Brothers are up front tonight in the absence of leading goal scorer Jacko. 41 goals this season for Jacko. Not that there was any doubt he would continue his goal scoring exploits when they signed him from Gala, of course, but just a nod to him and his tally this season, even if he's not playing. Absco, Dilvix are your players to watch out for. 2 world-class talents. And in lieu of Jacko's goals, we've got Warren Beast on 26 and Shisui Shiki on 24 goals. That does take into consideration VPG France as well. So it's not 24 in 40 games. Otherwise, that would be sensational stuff. I mean, 24 is still ridiculous, but also into consideration is your VPG France. And I do believe their seasons are a little bit further along, so the French sides tend to have a bit more goals on the goal scoring tallies, but take nothing away from that return from centre back. That's unreal. Right, let me see where these guys are, because I can't wait any longer. I'm too excited. I am too excited. Right, there's 1, there's 2. Fama 1 loss in 10. Chasing down Misa Esports in second. Well, guess who that 1 loss was to? Misa. In case you weren't good on picking up on cues. NGK. Let's give a shout out to MGK. I'm not sure which one he is, because his name on the actual VPG website. No, not the no. So he's Vicentsball NGK, but his gamer tag is Mr. Blobby. Makes no sense whatsoever. Big shout out to him. 12 goals, 14 assists from wide midfield this season. More than Alves and Crimi. Alves bought in. He didn't start the season, but he's had 26 games now. 9 goals in those 26 games. Again, a very good return. But NGK is the man in form. He is the second highest rated player on the roster, and a man who, again, on stream, he's dug them out several times. Got the winner a couple of weeks ago live on stream from wide midfield, and he used to be the man who partnered Luca and R1 up front, and we always used to joke. I mean, it's the easiest job in the world, right? To play alongside Luca. but it's also when people know who you are because you're also playing really, really well alongside. It's a bit like the Shisui Shiki and escrow situation. You're playing next to someone world class, and you're still looking classy yourself. Just shows how good he is, and he's a credit to Fama. Big fan of that man. And yeah, like I said, Neom, they've played the most games, so I think they're probably outsiders as well as being sixth, playing the most games. But look, 6 points off of third. I mean, Neom in the top 4. When you've got Al Waha, NBD, Fama, and Misa, I think, you know, gun to my head, if I had to call it at the start of the season, that would be my top 4 in any order. Bashiktas, Neom fall outside of that just. So for Neom, I think to get a third place, would be sensational. Top 6 for Neom is brilliant, but it's when you get to this stage of the season, you've already done all that hard work. You do not want to fall at the final hurdle, and we've seen it season after season after season. Sides up here at this stage do tend to fall off, and I think a lot of it is down to nerves. It's down to pressure cooker. And it's what we're here for, boys and girls. It is what we are here for. Just confirming we are good to go. Are we in the... Yeah, we're in the lobby, so you guys can see. You're not going to miss anything. Right. Invites are being sent. Fama are the home side, don't forget. So slight advantage, I would say, with any potential ping issues. Portugal to France. Two world-class sides. 5th place, 6th. The fact that neither of these sides are in the top 4, again, we speak about the quality in the VPG Esports Premier. Crazy. Right. We are ready to go. Any score predictions, pop them in the chat or forever hold your peace. It is the last game of the night. We're back again Tuesday, Thursday, and then next Monday. So a week today is your last chance to catch all the action in this VPG Season 17. What a season it's been. Long old seasons, do not get me wrong, but when we get to the business end, when we get to the cup final, cup semi-finals, of course, it's what we're all here for. And this league, for second place, again, like I said, I'll probably cut Al Waha out of this league table. Sack them off. If anyone knows how they did in the quarter to 9 game, let me know, just out of interest. But watch them start dropping points now. Watch them start picking up losses and all of a sudden just looking susceptible. I mean, historically, league winners get anywhere between, I'm going to say, like 110 and 118 points. So they've still got a little bit of a way to go. But I mean, who knows? They might have 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th all to play. And I know a lot of sides do like to reschedule against the likes of these top 6 sides as well. Whether or not they do it to each other, I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. I'm not sure what the holdup is. Let's go and see what... Yeah, both sides are... Yeah, there we go. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Alright, I'll take this down. Happy to sit on the fence here and go for a draw. The good thing now is a draw doesn't really suit anyone. Both sides just want to get as close to second place as possible. It's a bit like Bashiktas. You kind of saw it in their play where they wanted to get a second goal but didn't want to push too hard. If there's an early goal in this game, it will be a banger. If it's 0-0 after 70, 80 minutes, we're struggling here. And I'm looking at the back four of both sides, and I'm wondering where that penetration is going to come from, because they're so good at the back, both these sides. And then you've got Nogier and Jailings in front of the back fours as well. Let's pray, boys and girls. Let us pray. I mean, there's goals everywhere. You know, we've already spoken about NGK. Absco is in sensational form as well. Brilliant player. Warren Beast, 26 goals this season. Shisui Shiki even. I mean, we saw Candeas in that Bashiktas game. We've got issues here, I think. Not that I can... I can't read the language, but you know when a sentence looks negative. That looks negative. Let me see if there's anything in the chat. They're going to keep trying. I mean, I know I've been sat here for a long time now, because I know that this soundtrack is towards the back end of my sound loop, and my sound loop is 18 minutes long. Fama 1 loss in 11 now, having just beat Real Casaraya. They're a little bit of rivals, I think, them and Real Casaraya, and it goes back to the goals days as well. They played each other so many times in that goals tournament. We've had them on stream before as well. Fama versus Real Casaraya. 2-1 winners in that game. Here we go then. Should be worth the wait, boys and girls. He says. Here we go then, is Nashor Cam, which is very, very close to the action. You can smell the grass from here. Is Fama in the white, Neom in the blue, from right to left, attacking this goal to our left. And on the attack they are. Big switch to Shisui Shiki, the unit. Look at the size of him, it's like a wardrobe. New signing Lee Jacko to Dilvix. I'm sure those two have played together plenty of times before. Warren Beast up front tonight with his brother Tico. NGK left-hand side of midfield gives it to top-rated Haji. Nashor. What a centre midfield that is, by the way. Nashor and Haji. Not too bad, eh? Lee Jacko with the clearance. Flicked on by Dilvix. Who is Bellingham ball? Boster, I assume. Absco squares up his man nicely. Gives it to Tico Beast. Warren Beast into Absco. Gets the shot off. Damso with the block and the clearance. Lee Jacko sends a man for a Twix and recycles it nicely. Inside it goes to Boster. First time we've seen him in a little while, actually. And a very good centre midfielder, by the way. Tico Beast gets the shot off. Edu Martins was off his line. Drops the ball. EA. It's 100% EA. Edu Martins is a world-class goalkeeper. He's not charging that, and he's certainly not dropping the ball. Zinni back there defending for Fama now, as they are under the cosh this opening 10 minutes. Everything to play for in this business end of the season. Boster restarts. Fama not had the ball in the Neom half just yet. Having to withstand heavy pressure. And heavy pressure on this press as well as Angelo clears into touch. A fantastic start from Neom, who really built on such a good season last season. Don't forget, they qualified through the qualifiers as well last season. Start of this game cycle. Imagine a scenario where Neom are not in the VPG Sports Premier. Crazy, crazy. Here is Krimi, big switch. Darmzo. Dilvix wins it off Hadji. Good battle between those two. Darmzo is superb stuff. Such a good centre-half. Forced to come back. Fama, this is their bread and butter though. They are happy. They are patient. On the ball, in possession. Still not had it in the Neom half though. That's my next challenge. There we go. Hadji on the turn. Inside to Nogueira. Good work from the boys in white. NGK overlapping is Hadji. Plays where he wants really. Is down as a centre midfielder. Squares it down to Krimi. Goes down. Escrow takes one for the team as well. I tell you what. It could have easily been a penalty. And instead, Zinni picks up a booking for his troubles. Is it going to be one of those nights already for Fama? They were inches away, by the way. Inches away from getting something on the end of that. Zinni headed down. I think it was Krimi who almost got on the end of it. Sparked back into life, though, is this Fama side. I mean, no one's ever written them off in any game ever. Bosta into Tico. Dilvix helps it on first time. One back, though, by Fama, and off they go again. Again, like I said, more than happy to stay patient on the ball, and that's exactly what they created it from. That chance, the Zinni knockdown, from being patient. Tico into Warren Beast. Gonzalo is there, helped on to NGK, who's essentially playing left back there. Krimi overlapping, didn't use him. Instead goes inside Nogueira. Shisui Shiki, the walking wardrobe, is there. Nayshaw wins it back though, a man of many talents. The former Cam turned centre midfielder. Here he is, 40 yards from goal. Loses out though, doubled up on him, which I would recommend doing. Warren Beast, 26 goals this season, swarmed out by a lot of white shirts. And so far, both sides just cancelling each other out. Bosta wins it high up. Jay Lings into Dilvix, looking to go inside. Nogueira's there, that's his bread and butter. Playing through the press just about. Far side is Hadji again. Like I said, plays where he wants, draws in the tackle, somehow wins it back for his side. Nogueira looking to go over the top. Lee Jacko had a good start to life in France. Bosta, he's so good. Warren Beast, far side is Dilvix. Inside to Phoenix. Jay Lings exchanging passes with Dilvix. Excellent play from the Frenchman. Bosta, Dilvix, Absco moving it so quickly. Men behind the ball for Fama. Absco loses his man. Into the box he goes. Looks for edges. Hadji, superb stuff from him. And finds Krimi, but Shisui Shiki muscles him off the ball. Jay Lings, the CDM for Neom. Dilvix sends a man for a Twix. Good work from him. Seen him pull the strings so many times this season. I say that and gives the ball away to the very quiet Alves. Tico Beast, bit of space, looking for his brother. Gonzalo is there, playing in close attention. Krimi, I was going to say space to turn on the halfway line. That's how quickly spaces close down in these leagues. I think anyone watching this game can just see what an absolute hotbed this is. Anyone thinks they can play at high standards of competitive 11s, just sit and watch this. It gives me the sweats just thinking about it. Corner to Neon, 4 minutes before half time. A goal here would not go amiss. And you've got Shisui Shiki, who scored 24 goals this season, the big centre back, number 5. 4 men marking him. That is no joke. And Gonzalo will do the rest. It was 4 men marking Shisui Shiki, Gonzalo marking everyone else. Nayshaw overlapping is Hadji. Just strayed. Your centre midfielder strays on an overlap on the wing. I love it. I love the freedom Hadji gets playing for this Fama side. Jay Lings into Phoenix's feet. Forced to come back to Jailings. I don't think he wanted it there, but does well because he's a classy boy. Boster into Absco. Tico looking for that ball through the middle. There were willing runners. Alves makes something out of nothing. Gives it to Crimmy. Turns. Excellent pass into Nayshaw. He's going to eventually... No, he doesn't. Squares it across. Alves steps over. Finds the back of the net. Look at that time in the top left-hand corner, boys and girls. It is Famalicao. Not even on the stroke of half-time. We're basically in the second half. They find the back of the net through Alves. Double digits for the season for him now. And it is 1-0 going into half-time. Wow. One ending to the first half. Fama. You can never keep a good Fama down, because I think even the most diehard of Fama fans will probably say on possession, on field position, Neom probably had the better of it. But competitive clubs is not played on possession. It's not played on field position whatsoever. It is played on cold, hard goals, which is what Alves gave us on the stroke of halftime. 1-0 to the Portuguese. They are the home side, don't forget, so slight advantage. Neom, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news or the bearer of bad fortune, but I think a loss here pretty much seals their fate from getting second place. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever they want. Yes, absolutely, but I think it's too much of a mountain to climb when you've got the rest of the teams in this kind of form, in this kind of hunger. And knowing what I know about how a lot of these sides finish, the Fama finishes always sensational. Misa finished strong. NBD have got games in hand. I think nothing but 3 points here for Neom will do. And hopefully that's what we see in this second half, is Neom coming out to play. And I don't doubt it at all. I don't doubt it. Right then, second half, swapped around. Fama in the white from right to left. Neom in the blue with white shorts from left to right. Hadji, first time over the top. Lee Jacko clears. And I think the worrying thing for Neom now is Fama are very, very good at holding on to leads. And I don't mean parking men behind the box. I mean doing this. They can get the ball and they can keep the ball. Not just at the back, but in the midfield third, in the final third. Neom need a goal. And for a neutral point of view, they need it quickly to get this show back on the road. They do not want to be getting into 75, 80 minutes deep, and it's still 1-0 to Fama. Or even 2-0 or more, to be fair. To be fair, you just don't want to play Fama. It is the nicest compliment, the highest compliment I can pay a team, is that I wouldn't want to play them. Fama fall into that category. To be fair, most of these VPG Sports Premier teams don't fancy playing against them. I've actually played against Fama in Rush. That was bad enough. I didn't like it one bit. That's my claim to fame. It was over a year ago now. I'm still talking about it. Nayshaw, reverse pass into the goal scorer Alves. Crimmy busy as ever. Hadji picks up the loose ball, but Dilvix pinches his pocket. Tico through to Boster. Warren Beast looking for a through ball, but nothing beats this back line so far. Waiting for support. Shot comes in. Angelo. What a signing that is, by the way. Solid signing. Alves forced to go back. Fama happy to keep the ball, as they always are. 0-0, 1-0, 1-0 down. It doesn't matter. Fama play the way Fama want to play. Darmzo, ball over the top for NGK. Looking for the feet of Crimmy. Phoenix clears. I don't think they needed to be so hasty, but Tico keeps it in anyway. Boster. I mean, if he holds up, he's got a willing runner ahead of him. It is Absco. Squeezes it through. Warren. Heavy touch into traffic. Crimmy loses his man. Through ball. Looking for the goal scorer. Alves. Wrong side of his man. Swings it into the back post. Good positioning from Lee Jacko, the new signing. Warren Beast picks this ball up. It's got a slight basketball feel to it now, boys and girls, which is where we want to be from a neutral point of view. Phoenix, overlap, is Warren Beast. The stabbed cross got blocked. Falls very, very kindly at the feet of Edu Martins, who's recovered from that early mishap. That EA-induced mishap. Alves turns inside, gives it to Krimi. Cut out nicely, though, and Neom recycle. You can see the intent from the Frenchman. J-Lings joining the attack now. His opposite number, Nogueira, wins it back off him, but J-Lings is not done whatsoever. Hadji forced to clear into touch, and like I said, we're now entering that stage of the game Neom didn't want to be in. Having to chase this game in the last 15, 18 minutes against Fama, who, this is their bread and butter, boys and girls. They're serial winners. Boster, though, has a bit of space. Phoenix has space as well until he did not and was completely shut off. Excellent tackle. Didn't see who it was. It happened so quickly. Hadji, space for Fama. Squared across. It's sensational stuff from the Portuguese. Fama 2, Neom 0. Is that done and dusted? It's going to be a big ask from here. Back to front for Fama. Hadji to Alves to that goal scoring machine. NGK, top goal scorer this season, increases his lead. 13 goals for that man from wide midfield. What a return. And what a string of passes. What a move from Famalicao. Well deserved. They've had to withstand heavy pressure, but they're up to it. They're more than up to it. They went and scored. Dilvix into Warren Beast. Angelo. Sensational stuff. Sensational stuff. Nogueira looking for the ball over the top. J-Lings does well. Phoenix on to Absco. Far side. Bit of green to run into. Gives it through to Tico. Back post. The ball was so good it left the goalkeeper for dead, but back post was the Fama man. Too clear for a corner. There's still time for Neom here. Do not write them off just yet. Shisui Shiki will be the target. He's the man who's got all the white shirts around him, if you didn't know. But again, Gonzalo, it's a good tactic from Fama. Everyone on Shisui Shiki, and then just let Gonzalo clear the ball. It's happened twice now. Boster. Plenty of blue shirts forward here. Here we go. Given away. Nogueira, good interception. Nashaw drops the shoulder. The way they allow their two centre midfielders to drift into these wide areas and still look so solid at the back, it makes no sense. It needs to be studied. It needs to be studied. Hadji over the top. Escrow has done well. Now or never for Neom. And it's looking like it's going to be never. Alves, sensational first touch, exquisite second touch. More than happy to run that clock down. He says as NGK throws it straight back in. It does look like it's going to be a Fama kind of night here. 5th place side Fama with their games in hand. I mean, then they were 9 points behind 2nd place before a ball was kicked tonight. 3 games in hand. So win all of those. You are matching Misa, current 2nd place, Misa. So Fama, it's in their hands. And the way that they've dispatched this in-form Neom side has been sensational. And I think other sides around them, your likes of your MBD, your Bashiktas, your Misa Esports, will be watching this and will be thinking, right, okay. It wasn't to be for Neom. Before tonight, no losses in 14 games. Their first loss in 15 games. 11 wins in that time. It was not meant to be tonight for those boys. It is Famalicao who pick up all 3 points and a well-deserved 3 points as well. Congratulations to those guys. Commiserations to Neom. And I'm sure we will see those guys more than once before the end of the season, which is next Monday. So make sure you tune into that. Tune into Tuesday, 8 p.m, Thursday, 8 p.m. You know the drill by now. You know the drill. Only 3 more match days left to go, boys and girls. So please do support VPG, Pro Clubs Weekly, competitive clubs, of course. And I will see you same time tomorrow, 8 PM sharp here. Have a good rest of your evening, boys and girls. Cheerio.